What is the question?
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
Don't mess with a pregnant Candace. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com, TatumStore.com. Get the merch link in the description section. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a bunch of brand new stuff that we just launched. We got a whole line of our black and gray, I don't even know what to call it. It's the gray shirt with the black print on it, and it looks fire. Also, the shirt that I'm wearing right now, the four-time indictment champ, which is our #1 bestseller. People absolutely love this shirt. It comes in blue and in gray. So make sure you can go to Tatum Store and get one today. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Candace Owens. Even pregnant, she out here smoking these people like a blunt, smoking them like a campfire, smoking them like some brisket on a Traeger. God damn, Candace out here killing. Pregnant. But I love it though. That's why Candace is such a beast, because she can really shut these people down and be practical. And even as a pregnant woman, as a mom, she really killing them. Before Candace had kids, she could blast them all day. But now the weight is even heavier on these cowards that a pregnant woman with a few kids, married, go in there and start showing them what time of day it is. She got way more gravitas. They just look completely stupid complaining to her. All right, I want y'all to see this beat down. The last one is my favorite, but we'll start with the first one. Listen to this. Roll the clip.
My question isn't specifically about anything you really said tonight, although I don't really agree with anything you said.
Okay.
I'm proudly part of the LGBTQ community. I've always stood up for my community whenever I needed to. I want to focus specifically on, I've been listening to you for a little bit just to understand some things. A live stream you did about Pride Month in June on Facebook because you were no longer allowed on YouTube. The event that you were talking about, I actually had the honor of attending that event with a lot of my really close friends, and I found it very perplexing to me how you choose to only focus on the things that are negative when it comes to the queer community.
Get to the point.
I'm sorry, when it comes to what community?
The queer community.
Okay.
Do you not realize that people like you and people like the people you're around and that, you know, continue to have this idea of us are the reason.
Ask the question. Ask the question. Ask the question.
And we feel that we have to be so openly proud of who we are. Your demented homophobic and transphobic rhetoric and rants just further prove our point that we have to fight loudly to be respected. The reason that LGBTQIA plus suicide rates are so high in this country isn't just because we're part of the community. It's because there are people like you who make us feel like we
He finna get ate up. I just want y'all to know he finna get ate up. She just letting him get enough rope.
don't belong. The only LGBTQ agenda we have is
Okay, is there a question in there or a speech?
Yes.
You got to ask a question, buddy. I know you wrote this out in your notes, but ask a question. Let's go.
How do you think other people who, with your beliefs, respond to the fact that your hateful and harmful rhetoric costs the lives of queer children every single day, on average, every 45 seconds?
Okay, so this is just going to be a pure boogeyman. You're pretending that someone committed suicide because of Candace Owens. You've got no facts here. You're just going, it's your rhetoric that's causing all of this. When in reality, you want to talk about the tea. I sat
Pure boogeyman. I love that. It's just straight boogeyman. It don't even exist. Making up stuff.
down with a man named Walt Heyer who was convinced to chop his off after your community told him that there was something wrong with him because he had confusion. Why was he trans? Because he was molested when he was 4 years old by his uncle. Rather than being sat down and spoken to by a psychologist, he was handed hormone pills, and he eventually chopped off his. Walt Heyer is now 80 years old. He detransitioned, and he does a lot of work talking about why it is that he runs a charity, okay, an actual charity that is dedicated to sex change regret, of people who have changed their parts and can't go back. And you know what happens? Suicide rates go up after they transition. After they transition. And Candace Owens wasn't the one that chopped her off.
Next question.
Great. Next question.
What do you have to say to the
Running through them like diarrhea, boy. Running through them. All right, anyway.
trans students on this campus who actively feel victimized by your presence here today? Additionally, you just pointed out that this man detransitioned, but earlier in your speech,
Guys, I want to hear her. Go ahead. What do I have to say? Just the question, please. No speech. What is the question?
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
I can't breathe. She said, life's tough. Get a helmet. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question. Get your little sour stuff out of here. Just wasting brain cells. Next question.
My goodness, seriously. Somebody just give out free hugs or something somebody give out free hugs. I can't be your mommy, okay? I'm too pregnant. I can't be your mommy.
Go home to mommy. Go home. Bye. Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy. Tell her to tuck you in bed.
Next up.
As a non-binary person, what do you have to tell me about my identity? Because I know for a fact I'm not confused.
Okay, next question. Great statement. That's a statement. That's a statement. Okay, you know your identity. You're not confused. Congratulations, sweetheart.
I wish everybody would talk to these people like this. You telling me I'm not confused. I know my identity. Congratulations, you know your identity. Is that an accomplishment? Yeah, you're supposed to know your identity. You're supposed to be confident who you claim you are. The next question. These people think they got you. I'm gonna go. Let me tell you how silly these people are. It's the false bravado that's killing them. They really thought when they were crafting these little notes and writing on their phone, and they should be in class actually learning something, but they want to become activists 24/7. So they activate activism mode, and they're sitting there wasting their time writing these notes. And they really thought, I'm gonna sit through this hour-and-a-half speech or however long Candace is speaking. Probably not as long because she's pregnant, but Candace is a beast anyway. She probably do it for 3 hours. I'm going to sit through this hour-and-a-half speech because I'm going to get her right at the end. And I'm going to have this profound speech that's going to rock the world. And they just end up getting owned. You know how they get owned? It's because they're functioning with no gravitas. They're functioning with no evidence. They're functioning in a false reality. None of what they telling you in school is real. So when you are faced against somebody who's living in reality, bringing that false reality to the table, you look stupid because you've been soaking in this fake world all this time. And then you talk to somebody that's in reality and you look like a complete nut. You thinking you're going to challenge a person because you know who you are, your identity. Oh, good for you. All right, next question. Like, what did you ain't even asked the question. And then homeboy trying to claim a phantom on Candace Owens. Like, homeboy trying to claim that somebody did something to themselves because Candace Owens' rhetoric. To be honest, no LGBTQ people are even following Candace Owens. I mean, they shouldn't if they don't like what she had to say. Don't follow her. Follow all the ones that lie to you and tell you to get transitioned, and then you want to kill yourself after you realize that the stuff ain't what they said it would be. That you ain't never going to be a girl, really. Really, you're not really going to be a girl. And then they all sensitive. Like, when am I going to see some of y'all get bold? If you believe in yourself, then why you worry about what I'm saying? If you were to tell me I'm ignorant, I'm a frog. I mean, it makes no sense to me. I don't care what you say. Somebody said something the other day on social media, and I was like, people are interesting. Somebody said, Brandon have abandoned his oldest son. It's like, the thing is that it doesn't bother me because you're not even on the same planet. You're not even on the same planet. You have no idea what you're talking about. I have an incredible relationship with my son. My son comes, I see him all the time. I talk to him on the phone every time, anytime I want to, anytime he want to talk to me. I see him every summer, every holiday. I see my son all the time. And they said, don't even claim his son. I mean, for years, before I even had Bo, I mean, my son is on all my social media. Everybody know my son is. But it doesn't bother me because it's like you guys are ignorant. That should be the same thing that trans people should feel. It should be like, I know I'm transitioned and I know I'm really a girl, so you saying I'm not a girl don't faze me. That's what I would think. If somebody said Brandon gay, like, bro, get up out of here, man. Like, what, come on with something better than that. You're Uncle Tom bootlegger coon sellout. You sell out for the white man. What white man paying you? Donald Trump paid you a salary to say that. I wish he did. I take the money. If Donald Trump said, hey, I'll pay you to represent the campaign. I've been representing, essentially, he ain't paid me a dime. Now I ain't gonna say I ain't made no money, but he ain't paid me nothing to represent him. And to stand up for all the stuff he's been doing and the good and the bad and the ugly and the misinformation and all these years. To millions of people, I have been standing up for Donald Trump. He ain't paid me a dime. But if he wanted to pay me, I'll put that money in my pocket. And anybody asks me, I say, yes, I'm getting paid from that administration. Thank you very much. And I'm doing very well. I wish he would pay me millions. I'll take it in a stride. I wouldn't complain one time. Anyway, I done said enough. I'll see you guys on the next one.